Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video we're going to be talking about the Atty³ by Wotofo. So here it is, there's the Atty³. Looks pretty snazzy on a box mod. It would not look very good on like a tube mod or a mech mod, but looks looks decent on this. Not too bad. I guess it just depends on personal preference, what you would like and what you don't. So I got a 0.3 ohm build, 24 gauge Canthal. Just the bottom airflow on each side is open. There is a total of 2 on both, if you see like that. So just the bottom is open. The bottom is only open. So let's have a little vape. Not bad. So I'm going to put on the big bore drip tip now. Try that. So that was just a 510 drip tip, the one that comes with it. And then we'll try this one. So here is a little bit larger one. Let's have a little vape. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I really enjoy this one. Aesthetically, it might not really be for everyone, I guess. But, I really like how it looks on this box mod. That's just kind of how I think. The wide bore drip tip, you definitely get more vapor production, of course. The flavor is still there. Really good flavor on this one. The reduced, 510 drip tip, you still do get great flavor and great vapor production. So it does work really well. But without more yapping, let's dive down and check it out. Alright, so here's the Atty³ by Wotofo. This is the stainless steel edition. Few things to look at. This is kind of the blueprint of what it looks like. Let's see what else. Atty³. You have a little authentication check down here. And that's it for the box. It's just a nice little cubey box for a cubey RDA. Very cubey. Alright, so here is the Atty³ by Wotofo. It's in a nice cube because it is a cube. Kind of just shows you a little sneak of what it looks like. Says Wotofo, says this one is stainless steel. There is a black edition as of now that I know of. I don't believe there's any other. So this is the name, Atty³. Authentication check, and that's about it right there. Right away, you're going to get your little card that'll say Wotofo. And then this just talks about the drip tips a little bit. Nothing crazy there. It's upside down. So you have your top cap, you have a large bore, you have a small drip tip also. So it's a press fit drip tip. As far as this, so here is your actual Atty right here. Let's take this out. So here's your Atty. It's a cube. Looks very weird. Very weird. Just like that, you look down. Whoa, it's missing a screw. It's missing a screw. Oh, the screw just fell out. The screw fell out. Where's the screw? There's the screw. The screw fell out. So that's that. Not too bad. We'll get back to that. Let's look at all the goodies. So the goodies in this box, you just use this little lever. Use this little lever right here to pull it up. You have O-rings and screws for days and a little fancy blue screwdriver. Now down inside here you have, they're kind of hard to get to. Here is your larger bore drip tip, which will just go straight down into there like that basically. Well, no, it actually screws down in. My bad. I was thinking it's like the support. So it screws down in, not too bad there, pretty nice. Unscrews, no issue. So this is like a Delrin. This is all stainless steel. Let's look down here. Let's get this part out. So this is your adapter for a smaller 510 connection right there. And all you do is line it up, screw it down right there. And that's how you would get your 510 connection in. But they also gave you a press fit 510 drip tip that looks kind of weird. Looks kind of weird, kind of like a spearhead type thing. Kind of weird looking. But that just press fits down in there. So that's another option. So 2 drip tips and an Atty. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and move that aside. Let's pull this apart real quick if I can. Probably can't, so I'm going to have to get it onto a RDA. Let me throw it on something. So here it is all taken apart. You have your top section, your top cap section with where the airflow would go. So you have two Cylon airflows right here. They're not very big. I would say 3 or 4 millimeters by 2.5 millimeters. Same thing right here, 3 or 4 by 2.5. So you have two of those there, two of those there, and that goes all the way through the deck. As far as this is very thick. This is the whole thing's a square, so one piece, very thick but very well machined. Just very top-notch machine. No real sharp edges. There's a slight bit of sharpness right here. Nothing crazy though, but as you can see, just a very nice cube type shape. So that's kind of your top section, top kind of. This is the kind of airflow barrel that goes down into this. So depending on if you want two open, this kind of taller one right there is two open and two open. So from my understanding, there's not really a single coil option. But if you put that down in there, as you see right there, you can adjust this airflow by just twisting it like that. So, and as you adjust one, it's going to adjust both. So that's adjusted like that over there and over there. So if you just want one of the airflow holes open, you would kind of line up that shorter edge. You pop that in, or you just keep twisting it until it lines it up. So there's that. So just like that is going to be one open on the bottom, and then on the other side, one is open on the bottom. And then as you twist it this way, it's going to open up both of them. So the option is either 1.5 or 1, or you can have just a little bit of one open. So it kind of gives you a lot of options with airflow. So that's pretty cool. But really, ideally, it kind of looks like it's only for a dual coil setup, not really for a single coil setup. But as far as putting this on, it kind of helps. It's easier to adjust when you put one of the drip tips on because they do screw down. So as you see, once this is in, it's a little bit easier to adjust it by just twisting your drip tip once that's actually screwed down in. So yeah, that's pretty much the top cap. You got your Atty cube marking right there, kind of a cube thing. There's your drip tip. And then here is your wide bore drip tip if you want to put that down in too. So let's check out the deck real quick and wrap this up. So 4-post design, you have a square center post at the very bottom with a peak insulator, as you can see right there. So that's going to give you, you're not going to have your center post spin very much, which is very nice. As far as the top, you have Phillips head screws. Your post holes are probably about 2 millimeters, not very large. You have square posts. You have 2 negative posts milled into the deck, and then you do have a center block with dual positive connection. You have a super deep juice well. I would probably say 8 millimeters, 8 to 7 millimeters. You have 2 O-rings to seal off the barrel, and then on the bottom it says Atty cubed. Gives you a little serial number, and then it just says Wotofo. And then you do have a silver contact pin down there, which with a generous amount of protrusion. Not a lot, but definitely generous. I don't believe these are that adjustable. You could probably back them out just a little bit, but not ideally adjustable because of the way the post is set up. You'll just kind of loosen up the square block. But yeah, so that's the quick rundown of the Atty cubed. So when you're ready to go, you kind of just line up that airflow with the side, pop it down in, and no issue. So that is that. So let's look at one that's already built real quick. Have it here on my gang mod. So there's that. Not too bad right there. Just have a really simple center post build right there. 24 gauge Canthal. And so as you line it up, you just line up the lines with the actual coil, just like that. Pop it in, and it's ready to go. Now the whole thing with the cube setup, it doesn't really look good on cylinder mods, but on say like box mods, it actually lines up really well. If you screw it down in this and just line it up perfectly, So these are about 22 millimeters in width, 22 by 22. So, you know, they're not bad. They're just, you know, it's different. But I mean, see, I mean, it would look pretty cool. Not too bad, lined up like that. Not too bad at all, right? So again, kind of just personal preference. As far as performance though, it works great. Absolutely great. I really dig it. But you know, that's just me. That's how I roll. So that is the Atty³. Let's go up to FaceTime and talk about it just a little bit more. So as far as the pros and cons, it's really subjective. It really depends on if you like a square atomizer or not. You know, that's really the main thing I can say. As far as machining and quality, it's top-notch, absolutely top-notch. The only thing I would say is it's almost too snug. I really like, you know, when the barrels are snug or the drip tips are snug, but this is almost too snug. So just, I guess it depends on which one you have, and I think, you know, I had one that was a little snug, and the next one I opened up wasn't too bad. But, you know, this is, it's hard to say good or bad on this because it's really subjective. As far as performance, it works really well. Building is very simple. There's really no issues with it. Machining is great. The fact that you have two different types of drip tips is great. You know, it definitely gives you options. The only thing I would say, just like the Support RDA, the O-rings definitely get cut up really quickly. So the barrel, the one that goes down onto the deck, those two O-rings have been, you know, I had to replace those a few times. So that's just something I would say about those. But, you know, as far as everything else, really nothing bad to say about this besides if you don't like the cube look. You definitely have a lot of airflow. You have the option to open up a lot of airflow. And the flavor is just great. So, you know, you make the decision. Do you want a square atomizer? Do you not? That's kind of where it comes down to. But as far as, you know, performance, works great, machining, great, all that stuff, and I'm repeating myself, but everything is great on this. It's a very, very simplistic and very well-made device, but it all comes down to aesthetically, can you handle a square atomizer? So, that is all. I'm going to wrap up this review, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. And if you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping.